confidence level to the investors in investing in the Sukuk Malaysia.
Thank you. Faisal, would you like to add? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have come to the end of the presentation of this session. I would like once again thanks to our prominent speakers. Please join me to give a round of applause to our distinguished speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and may we have all the panelists remain on stage. And now we kindly request Mr. Isa Rahmat Arwata, the Assistant Minister, Ministry of Finance, to present the souvenirs to all the panelists and the discussion chair, and followed by a group photo session. Please rise. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our speakers. To all the panelists, you may return. And to Dr. Halim Alamsyah, would you please remain on stage? Our next agenda is a closing remark to be delivered by the Chairman of Indonesia Deposit Insurance Corporation. Allow me to welcome Dr. Halim Alamsyah.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished speakers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our closing moments of our first annual Islamic Finance Conference Forum on Sukuk for Infrastructure Development. Today, we have learned about the overview of the use of sovereign Sukuk for financing infrastructure projects, in which Indonesia has a first-hand experience. On the other hand, the development of its private counterparts or corporate Sukuk is still left behind. Financial Authority Services data shows that market share for corporate Sukuk issuance only accounts for less than 5% of total Sukuk market share in Indonesia. Therefore, rooms for improvements still exist for both Sukuk development, especially corporate Sukuk as well as government Sukuk. Despite being an alternative sources of financing, Sukuk can also be utilized as policy instrument for government to deepen Islamic finance market through the issuance of additional varieties of Sukuk for both sovereign and corporate types. Having diverged Sukuk will broaden the selections of financial instruments as well as the investors being targeted. In terms of developing corporate Sukuks, the government could encourage potential corporate issuers which engage in infrastructures to promote the development of corporate Sukuk market that are still underdeveloped in these countries. These issuers include corporations that are engaged in infrastructure developments such as constructions, power plant, telecommunication, toll road, sanitary and water treatments, public transportation, and others. Those issuers could raise capital through the issuance of various akad and purpose while stimulating the economy as well as deepening Islamic financial market in Indonesia. Distinguished speakers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, finally, As we already come to the end of the first annual Islamic Finance Conference in Indonesia, I, on behalf of Minister of Finance, would like to sincerely appreciate and extend my gratitude to Fiscal Policy Agency, Ministry of Finance, and the Association of Islamic Economists of Indonesia, as well as sponsors that have organized and support this event very well. I also would like to sincerely appreciate the participants in participating in this conference, and of course, we look forward to seeing you again next year. We hope that this event will not be the last that we would like to hold. We plan to organize this event annually to support the development of Islamic finance in Indonesia, as well as our contribution to Islamic finance development worldwide. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Halim Alamsyah, for the closing remark. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the program. We would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to our distinguished presenters, panelists, and to all of you participants of the first annual Islamic Finance Conference 2016. Finally, the organizing committee of this conference deliver apology for any inconvenience, and we hope to meet you again in the next agenda. Have a great day and good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly request to all of you, the participants of this conference, to fill the questionnaire and submit it to our staff at the registration desk. And to be informed that the certificates have been provided at the registration desk, and for the participants who have not received the certificates, please contact our staff to register your name.
Indonesia adalah salah satu founding member atau pendiri dari Islamic Development Bank tahun 1975. Dan sampai saat ini Indonesia tetap menjadi anggota aktif dan selalu berperan dalam pengembangan IDB itu sendiri. Tahun 1995, Indonesia di Jakarta pernah ditunjuk sebagai tuan rumah IDB Annual Meeting. Dan pada tahun 2016 ini, kebetulan Indonesia dipilih lagi menjadi tuan rumah IDB Annual Meeting. Dan kebetulan pada sidang tahunan kali ini, Indonesia sedang dalam fokus untuk membangun infrastruktur, sehingga tema dari sidang tahunan IDB kali ini adalah bagaimana mengembangkan infrastruktur dengan instrumen keuangan atau pembiayaan berbasis syariah atau Islamic Finance, dan juga bagaimana peran dari instrumen syariah tersebut di dalam mengurangi kemiskinan sekaligus mendorong pertumbuhan ekonomi Indonesia. Tentunya Indonesia adalah tidak hanya negara berpenduduk muslim terbesar, tapi juga bisa menjadi contoh yang baik karena Indonesia adalah juga salah satu negara demokrasi terbesar di dunia. Dengan bergabungnya nilai-nilai demokrasi dan nilai-nilai Islam di Indonesia, maka kita berharap Indonesia menjadi salah satu contoh bagi negara-negara berpenduduk Islam lainnya, terutama di dalam mengembangkan ekonomi dan pembangunannya. Dan jangan lupa bahwa Indonesia adalah salah satu dari anggota G20 beserta hanya 2 negara yang berbasis Muslim, yaitu Turki dan Saudi Arabia. Kita berharap peran kita aktif di dalam OKI maupun IDB akan bisa membangkitkan dan membangun kembali ekonomi yang bisa ditunjang oleh kekuatan masyarakat Muslimnya. Islamic Finance dalam perkembangannya sudah tidak lagi eksklusif, tapi sudah menjadi inklusif. Artinya setiap warga negara bisa menikmati manfaat dari berkembangnya keuangan Islam atau Islamic Finance ini. Contoh terakhir adalah sukuk retail yang dikeluarkan oleh pemerintah Indonesia, di mana dengan nilai investasi yang tidak terlalu besar, maka sebagian besar investor di